students, welcome back to my lectures of class 12 physics. We are studying our chapter current electricity. So in this chapter our new topic is the Ohm's law. I think you all are aware about this topic. What is Ohm's law? You have already studied this topic in class 10th. So here we will study it again but in detail. So what this Ohm's law is? Here the statement of the Ohm's law is that under the constant physical conditions like temperature and strain, मतलब यहाँ पर क्या है, सबसे पहले जो physical conditions है जो कि वहाँ पर उस कंडक्टर के पैरामीटर्स को चेंज ना करे, तो हमें वो कंडीशंस को क्या रखना है, टू मेक दैट कंडीशंस एज कांस्टेंट. द करंट फ्लोइंग थ्रू द कंडक्टर इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस अप्लाइड अक्रॉस द एंड्स ऑफ कंडक्टर. मतलब यहाँ पर क्या है कि उस कंडक्टर के अंदर अंडर द कांस्टेंट फिजिकल कंडीशंस जितना भी करंट फ्लो हो रहा है, दैट करंट फ्लो इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द potential difference which you are applying across the ends of the conductor. Okay, this is what the statement of Ohm's law is. Now, but here this current is the effect and this potential, that is the cause. इसका मतलब क्या है कि जब दो कंडक्टर्स के बीच में हम पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस अप्लाई करेंगे तब जाके वहां पर कोई भी करंट फ्लो होगा, and that's why this current is the effect and V is the cause. Okay, so here because of this cause and the effect, I can write this V is directly proportional to I. Because of the cause we have the effect. Effect की वजह से cause नहीं होता है. Okay, so I can change it. V is proportional to I. Okay, now here we have to remove this proportionality sign. So I can write V is equals to R I, where R is proportionality constant. And this proportionality constant R is called as resistance. So here this is an important formula, V is equals to R I. Okay, now as we have this formula, you can see कि अगर हमें इसका ग्राफ बनाना हो, then how I can make its graph. Now here in this case I can write it in two different forms. How I can write it? Let me write it in the terms of V is equals to R I, and here I can write I is equals to V by R. ये दोनों फॉर्म में मैं इसको लिख सकता हूँ, या तो वोल्टेज के फॉर्म में या फिर करंट के फॉर्म में. ओके, नाउ वी हैव द इक्वेशन ऑफ स्ट्रेट लाइन, दैट इज y is equals to mx plus c. Okay, now if I compare this with it, I can write this y is equals to v, here this x is equals to I, and this m, that is the slope, that is equals to r, and I can write this c is equals to 0. Okay, इसका मतलब क्या है कि according to this equation, when I will make the graph, in that case on y-axis I have to keep the voltage V. Okay, and on the x-axis I have to keep I, that is the current. Okay, and here whatever the slope of this line will be, that slope will be equals to the resistance. तो यहाँ पर जो भी straight line का slope आएगा, that will give you directly the value of the resistance. Means here the slope is directly equals to the resistance from this equation. Okay, similarly here I can also write it in the terms of the equation of straight line, that is y is equals to mx plus c. But here when I will compare it, I can write this y, I can write it as I, this x I can write it as v, because here I can write it as 1 by r into v. तो यहाँ पर v कितना हो गया x, यहाँ पर c तो क्या है, it's a 0, we don't have any another term, and here the slope, this is equals to 1 by r. Okay, now what does it mean? It means that when we are making the graph, then on y-axis we have to take the current I, on x-axis we have to take the potential difference V, and the slope, whatever the slope we will get here, although it's a straight line, and here we are getting the angle theta, but whatever the slope here will be, that slope will be equals to 1 by r. Okay, so here we have two different graphs from this same equation. If we are taking voltage on y-axis and current on x-axis, then whatever the slope we are getting, we will get the directly value of resistance. But in case when we are exchanging the axis, that is when we are taking current on the y-axis and voltage on the x-axis, in that case whatever the slope for this straight line will get the value of slope as 1 by r. So this is what the difference in the two graphs is. So now after looking at the statement and the graph for the Ohm's law, let us derive this Ohm's law. Now we have the statement of the Ohm's law that V is equals to IR. Now how we can prove that V is equals to IR? So now how we will derive this Ohm's law? Let us consider here that we have the current that is flowing through a conductor that depends upon the electron density, that depends upon the charge, that depends upon the area of the conductor, and that depends upon the drift velocity. This we have seen, that is the relation between the current and the drift velocity. I is equals to NEAVD. Okay, now here this VD, that is the drift velocity. So I can write this I is equals to NEA, this VD that is equals to EE tau by M. Here I can write this VD is equals to EE tau by M. Here I am not considering the negative sign. Okay, now here I can write this I is equals to N E square A tau by M into E. Okay, now here in this Ohm's law I want I and V. So here I have I, but I don't have the potential V. So how I can write here the potential? Now here we know that this electric field, it can be related to the potential. How I can write it? We know that V is equals to E D, where D is the length of the conductor, V is the potential, and E is the electric field. So here I can write this E is equals to V by D. Okay, so here I can write I is equals to N E square A tau by M. This E is equals to V by D. Okay, I can write I is equals to N E square A tau by M D whole multiplied with V. Okay, now I have V is equals to IR, means I have to keep here V and I have to send the other terms on the other side. So I can write here this V is equals to M D divided by N E square A tau into I. Now here all these terms, they must be constant. Like here this mass, for any charged particle, its mass is constant. For the distance D, whatever the length of the conductor we are taking D, N that is the electron density for a particular material. अगर कॉपर है तो उसके अंदर इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी क्या होगी? कांस्टेंट रहेगी. दिस चार्ज दैट इज कांस्टेंट, एरिया फॉर दैट कंडक्टर दैट डज नॉट चेंजेस, दैट्स कांस्टेंट. दिस टाउ रिलैक्सेशन टाइम, वी आर कीपिंग द टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट, तो रिलैक्सेशन टाइम भी क्या हो जाएगा? कांस्टेंट हो जाएगा. मींस हियर दिस कंप्लीट टर्म दैट इज अ कांस्टेंट. सो आई कैन राइट हियर m d divided by n e square a tau, that is constant, and I am representing that constant by r. So here I can write this V is equals to R I. This is what the derivation of Ohm's law is, which we have derived by the relation between current and the drift velocity. Okay, so now after looking at the derivation of the Ohm's law, let us see how we can verify this Ohm's law. This Ohm's law can be verified experimentally. Okay, so here we have to do an experiment in which we have to apply the potential across a conductor or across a resistance, and we have to measure that how much current is flowing through that conductor. And if the graph, whatever we have drawn in the two cases, either for VI or IV graph, in both the cases, if the graph is a straight line, then we can say that the Ohm's law is verified, and in that case we can also find the resistance. So now in order to verify, we have to take a conductor or a resistor. Here I am taking a resistor. So here we are considering the resistor as a conductor through which we have to measure the potential difference and the current. अब इसके across अगर हमें potential difference measure करना है तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? We have to apply a voltmeter across its ends. This is positive side, this is negative side. Now here, in order to measure the current, we have to apply a ammeter. So I can apply an ammeter here. This is the positive side of the ammeter, this is negative side. Positive side here means I can apply here the positive terminal of the battery, because जब तक बैटरी नहीं होगी इसके अंदर से करंट कैसे फ्लो होगा? So I can draw here a battery. So this is what a battery is. Okay, now even I can use here a rheostat. Now what a rheostat is? A rheostat is simply a device that changes the value of current. So here I can use a rheostat here, and even I can connect a key here. So here we have different components, that is a key, battery, this is ammeter, this is voltmeter, this is resistance R or the conductor that we have, and it is rheostat. And here the current will flow from the positive side of the battery to the negative side. This is what the circuit diagram for verification of the Ohm's law is. So here what we will do, we will insert the key, and in that case we will change the knob of this rheostat. Then what we will do, we will measure the value of voltage from the voltmeter and the value of current from the ammeter, and then we will make the graph. Now that graph can be between V or I or V. That depends upon what parameters you are considering. So here this graph will be formed when we are taking here V and here I. So here if I am considering angle theta, this is V and this is I. So perpendicular V by base I is equals to R. So V is equals to I R. मतलब यहाँ पर इस केस में जो स्लोप है, this slope will give you the directly value of resistance R. अगर ग्राफ कुछ इस तरह से बनता है, means in that case you can say that the Ohm's law is verified. And if the Ohm's law is verified, then you can find the value of resistance for this conductor. So this is what the verification of Ohm's law is. Now we have another topic that is related with the Ohm's law, that is the limitations of the Ohm's law. Okay, यहाँ पर Ohm's law की limitations क्या है? Ohm's law में हमने देखा है that the characteristics which we are getting, they are the linear characteristics, that's a straight line. लेकिन हमारे पास कुछ ऐसे कंडक्टर्स हैं या कुछ ऐसे मटेरियल्स हैं जो कि हमें स्ट्रेट कर्व नहीं देते या फिर स्ट्रेट लाइन नहीं देते. Those conductors are called as non-ohmic conductors which does not follows Ohm's law. और जो भी Ohm's law को follow करते हैं, they are called as the ohmic conductors. So these non-ohmic conductors, they are the limitations of the Ohm's law. So those conductors which do not obey Ohm's law are non-ohmic conductors. For example, vacuum tubes, transistors, semiconductor, diode, LED, etc. Vacuum tubes नाम आपने सुना होगा. बाकी transistors, semiconductor, diode, LED, these all we will see when we will study our chapter that is semiconductors. Okay, now here you can see, अगर हमारे पास यहाँ से यहाँ तक पूरा straight line होती, in that case it was ohmic. But जैसे ही यहाँ पर क्या होता है, एक curve आता है. So this represents a non-ohmic conductor. Okay, now here this characteristics is of LED, that is called as light emitting diode. यहाँ पर क्या है, it have non-linear characteristics. So this is a non-ohmic conductor. Similarly, it is a characteristics of a semiconductor diode. These we will study in chapter semiconductor. Whenever a conductor does not follow Ohm's law, then that is a non-ohmic conductor, and that's the limitation of Ohm's law. So this is all about the Ohm's law, where we have studied what Ohm's law is, we have studied the derivation of Ohm's law, we have studied the verification of Ohm's law, and we have studied the limitations of Ohm's law.